Yep. No, we are true
Yeah,
artists.
We're all artists.
We're gonna
here.
do.
Yeah.
We're gonna do our thing, man.
art.
Yeah.
We're gonna give
Absolutely.
you. It is going
Make
to
a
be a
t-shirt for
thrill a
that.
minute. You will not see what's coming one moment to the next.
Yes.
Just accept uncertainty and accept the little blessings that will come.
So the next thing I want to do is a little bit lighter, just slightly lighter than what we were talking about. And that is, we are trying to put together kind of a gift guide from us and where I came from it. And so I wanted you guys to all come up with some, gift ideas. And James, you're a retailer, so I really hope you brought something that you're selling. But
Nope.
so we just kind of wrote down some ideas of things that we would suggest, for that you could buy a comic reader or someone who's interested in comics and graphic novels, or something that you can tell other people, hey, you should get this for me. And I think a lot of what we've come up with on this list for the most part is based around the idea of like, if you find someone if you have someone in your life who already loves comics, if you go look up like the top 10 best comics, every website's gonna have the same ones, and I guarantee your loved one already has a copy of The Watchmen or 3. Like, that's what it is. And so, you really want to go with something that's a safe bet. So we've put together some ideas. So I'll kind of let you guys, just free for all, like, what are some of y'all's ideas for gifts for people like us?
One thing that I thought of was graphic novel cookbooks. So like cookbooks in graphic novel format. We have a few of those at the library, and I think those are super fun. I learn a lot better visually. I plan by drawing. Even I plan out what I'm gonna pack by drawing pictures of what I'm packing. That's just how my brain works. So for people like me, this is something that I would actually use because I don't like regular cookbooks because I don't like just reading from a list. So I think this is great for someone who likes graphic novels, or if you have someone who enjoys cooking and you just they're like, oh, I've never read a graphic novel. Meh. I think this would be a good way to get them into sequential art.
Yeah, Let's Make Ramen is a really good one.
Yeah, I love that one. Let's Make Ramen.
That's a great one.
I put that
Feast
on the
of
list.
Fiction's a good one too, I think.
What is it?
The Feast of Fiction?
I've never heard of that one.
It's Jimmy Wong and I think her name's Ashley Adams, but they make different recipes, and it's like, it's not just books, but like TV shows, movies, games, like all the food. When you're watching something or reading something, you're like, that sounds incredible. They try to make the recipe for it. So that
did Anthony Bourdain do one?
Ooh, I don't know.
Yes.
I know he did a comic. I know that, and
that's awesome.
I believe so, and I don't remember what that's called, but I believe so. I can look it up real quick.
While you're looking that up, my gift idea kind of helps the person that does like to draw, and if you want to do a sequential art activity with a friend or whatever. But Strathmore makes these wonderful artist trading cards. They're blank sheets of paper. You can get them in Bristol or watercolor. Those are my two favorites. So and I think they have like regular drawing ones too, but they're the size of like a Pokemon card or a Magic card, and you can get them pretty cheap online or at we have a local art store called Art Outfitters that sells them. So if you're in Arkansas,
is that where you got those Magic cards that
that's
what
I
your
draw
tokens
my tokens
with?
on? Yeah, that's what I make my tokens on.
They're so cool.
But they're perfect for panel size too.
Yes.
So I think it would be fun. You could get together with a friend, and I recommend a pack of Micron pens. I'll send them to Marcus so you can see the link online of what to do. But they have different size tips. So that you can work in different size paper, and you can make your own story with a friend or loved one, and reassemble the panels however you wish or anything like that. And it would be a fun activity that you can make your own art and enjoy it.
That's cool.
I love that. That's so happy.
I would recommend just shopping locally.
At Retrograde Comics.
Yes. Come on down.
I was actually not going to say it. I was like, I was going to say, invest in art. Give somebody some art. Maybe, a painting or or a print or something from somebody local. We have a lot of artists who are out there right now who are producing some good stuff. Right here locally. We have people with small businesses for so many different types of little artisan items that are in our neighborhood throughout Little Rock. Support those folks. As far as if you do decide to come
Shop
into
at
my
Retrograde
business,
Comics.
we are doing a thing. We usually do it every year because people will come in, and I hear this so much from people. Wow, your shop is great, but I really need to get my cousin's brother-in-law's nephew because he loves comics, and I need to get him something for Christmas. And so what we've been trying to do, which kind of goes maybe to what we were talking about before, is trying to maybe do like human curation, like a form of it where we pick things based on some of the interests that your loved one may have. If they like a certain movie, we'll ask
Yeah.
like, what's
I
their
love
favorite,
that.
what's their
I love
favorite
that. Yeah.
comic. Because then we have boxes, and we call them gift boxes, and we just kind of fill that up with stuff that we think they would like. Things that
See, that's really cool.
I know.
we just kind of giving it a human aspect to it, because
Yeah.
whenever you just come in, oh yeah, so and so likes Batman, it's like, yeah, me as a person, I'm gonna throw in a few Batman comics for you, but I'll also throw in some things that I think you ought to check out.
See, that's awesome.
And
And you're making those right
something
now that
other
goes
than
around the shop? You guys are doing that for
Yeah.
the holiday?
Yeah, I
we
got
do.
That's
actually one
great.
last year. I gave them a couple
Okay.
ideas, and they built me a custom one for Ashley. Was just for
That
her.
is so fun.
That's really
we
I
might
cool.
throw
love
in
that.
we might throw in a graphic novel. We might throw in
Wanna,
a
make one
couple
for
of
just
issues
me.
of something.
I know I want one.
Yeah, I mean,
Hey, that's what I said this list is for.
Because a lot of people come in and they just don't know what to do.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
absolutely.
so I just wanted to kind of have it something official that we could offer people that and they can maybe have their horizons broadened a little bit with some of the other stuff that comes in it. So
That's awesome.
Megan, did you find that thing you were looking for?
The only thing I found was Hungry Ghosts, and that's not. I believe that's a horror.
Hungry Ghosts.
Isn't that
yeah,
horror?
the Anthony Bourdain one.
Yeah, I don't think that's actually like a cookbook.
Yeah,
That's a great title. Jeez.
Yeah.
That's pretty
I'll
awesome.
have to check that out because I've heard about it so many times. It's gotten such great reviews. I'm gonna have to check it out.
So some of the stuff that I came up with was, if you have someone who is, even a kid who's interested in comic books, making their own, finding anything by the writer and artist Scott McCloud is a must. Two of his books are, one is Understanding Comics and another is Reinventing Comics, and they're just amazingly well done graphics that cover content in a really easy to digest way using the medium that they're talking about. If you have a preteen or teen, these DC has these YA graphic novels that have been coming out that are not locked into, like, I know a lot of people get worried about canon, about where to start, and you can pick these things up and just, they're isolated. You can read it, and you just have to have that one book. You don't have to read all these others to get it. So I'll have links to a bunch of those. If you know someone who's started a small collection recently, you can go to Retrograde Comics in Little Rock, Arkansas, and you can get a long or a short box for comic storage. Proper comic storage is very, very important. You want to have the specific box for holding them neatly with, especially if you know someone who wants to be a collector. You can get bags and boards and put them in these special boxes. You can even give someone an experience of starting a pull list. This is to me especially important with, a kid who wants to start trying out stuff, going to a shop, letting them look at some things. And the great thing about a pull list is that sometimes most series only have one issue a month. And a pull list will help guarantee that you get that issue each month. Even if it slips your mind, it gets pulled aside for you. So letting them start their own pull list is just a really special. I remember when I started my first pull list, it felt really, really special, and I really enjoyed it, and it feels so cool.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I really liked it.
And I even recently did a James's shop, Retrograde, is doing this great thing with League of Comic Geeks, a website where I know I look for what's coming out, and you can create an account and create a pull list and link to his shop, and he will and they'll get that list to pull. So you don't have to worry about remembering. You don't have to write things down on paper. It literally is just this great automated way to be like, hey, I want this pulled, and taking care of it online and keeping track of it there. As someone who has forgotten all the comics he's pulling on a regular basis, this is a really, really great tool, and I love that James and them have gotten in on that.
Now, and for people who are starting pull lists, I feel like I have to offer this public service announcement because I get this a lot. Whenever you come in and you say, I want Nightwing, pulled for me. If there is a issue of Nightwing coming in like a week or two, that cannot be guaranteed. The way that comics works is that we do initial orders, which are usually about 3 months ahead of time, and then there's final order cutoff, which is usually a few weeks before the book actually comes out. So I always tell folks, go find a final order cutoff list. There are a lot of different places on the internet that you can find one. If there's something specific you want and you are able to let us know before that final order cutoff date, then we're going to get it for you. We're going to do everything we can to get it for you. We'll try to get it for you after that, but we can't guarantee anything at that point.
Well, and that's where I feel like that website can really come in handy, because you can look at months ahead of time and you could just mark it, and then you don't have to worry about it. Like, it just takes care of it way ahead of time. So,
and I mean, for those folks who are a little bit not on the tech side of it, you can just call us and we'll create you one. It doesn't matter. But for those of you who are really tuned into things and all, we can actually make sure that we.
So Megan and I will use the online thing, and you and Tom can call each other on your landlines. Because y'all both were old men yelling at clouds today.
That's right. That's right. We yelled at our clouds today.
So, let's see. And so, yeah. And I even put on there like a gift card to a shop to start a pull list. And the last thing I thought about is you could subscribe to VF Comics Podcast on patreon.com and put the receiver's name into the Patreon so we can credit them for supporting us here on the podcast and the other projects that we're currently working on. So that would be Tizite. No pressure. Mom.
So much pressure.
Yes.
Everybody
just give us a comment. Give us a comment, or give us a little money. Just let us know that we're not just screaming into the void.
Yeah, let us know how we're doing.
And honestly,
guys,
if you support us, I'm really hoping to eventually do some really cool, prizes and raffles and things like that for our listeners to just get hold of like rare collectibles and comics. But we can't do all this without your support. So please consider doing this. right now. Go do it. We'll wait. It's
Yeah,
fine.
and if you give us money, we're probably not going to do what you want us to do.
Yep. No, we are true
Yeah,
artists.
We're all artists.
We're gonna
here.
do.
Yeah.
We're gonna do our thing, man.
art.
Yeah.
We're going to give
Absolutely.
you. It is
I'll
going
make
to
it
be a
t-shirts
thrill
of
a
that.
minute. You will not see what's coming one moment to the next.
Yes.
Just accept uncertainty and accept the little blessings that will come.